important to know that these are people, and you look at them, and I think his artwork gives them a sense of immortality.
Moving. It's like you need to go around and read each person that he has portrayed here and kind of bringing back their memory and honoring their memory.
I think one of his goals is to make the Holocaust somehow for us to understand that it impacted individual human beings. You know, it's not about statistics. And for me, that's the most powerful part.
I'm a woodworker, and one of my reactions is I'm amazed at how prolific he is.
Very powerful and very disturbing and moving.
And I'm fascinated. And it's loving compassion.
Herb is our family physician, and just going to the office and seeing these in the waiting room, or when you go in for your blood pressure and all that, and you sit and just stare at them. And it's just how these people come to life.
People say to me, how can you think about the Holocaust all the time? Well, yes, their deaths were ugly, but their lives were beautiful. I'm memorializing their lives, not their deaths. I'm Herb Savel, and I'm a wood carver. And what I'm going to show you today is how I make a wood carving from a photograph in a book. And the book I work from was written by a man named Serge Klarsfeld. It's entitled French Children of the Holocaust. This is a book which contains 2,500 pages of pictures of the more than 11,000 children who were deported from France to Auschwitz and were killed in World War II. The photograph I've selected today is of little Marie Yellen. This cracked photograph is all we have left of Marie. She was born in 1931 in Paris. When she was 10, she was arrested and was sent to a camp. In 1942, she was sent to Auschwitz and was murdered. 3 days before her deportation, she wrote from the camp, which was named Pitvier. She wrote to her father as follows, quote, "I hope that I see you again soon. Try to get me out in order that I will be with you. All my strength is going out. I have got very thin. I am sick again. I caught another illness, chickenpox. Some people here say that they're going to free children less than 16 years old. I hope I'll have your answer as soon as possible. Keep in good health. Above all, don't get sick like me. Don't worry about me, because I often cry thinking of you. Your little girl who loves you and sends you many hugs and kisses, Marie." So this is the photograph of Marie Yellen, and now I'm going to get a piece of wood from my storage area and show you how I'm going to carve. This basswood comes from northern Minnesota, where because of the short growing season, the grain is very tight and close, and this permits detail. What I will do is attach the wood to the workbench. I'm going to now put on my magnifier, which I use while I carve, and I'm going to begin the drawing of Marie. The reason I selected Marie is because I found her story very moving. She was born 3 years before I was, and it just seems right that I've got to do her at this point. I hope ultimately to do all the carvings from those children in that big book. Now that the drawing is finished, I'm going to begin by incising the frame. The tools that are absolutely flat are called chisels, and the tools that have curvature are called gouges. The degree of curvature varies from flat, like in this chisel, to slightly curved as a number 3, or more deeply curved as a number 7, or finally greatly curved as a number 11. And the width of the tool varies from 1 or 2 millimeters, this is a 2 millimeter, up to 30 millimeters. I use one hand to push the tool and the other hand to guide the tool. And now I'm going to deepen these cuts, and this will give me the boundaries of my frame. Wood is very unpredictable. You never know when you're going to hit a knot, a black area, a bad area. Very unpredictable. And now I'm going to begin working on her face. And I'm going to start with a 5, slightly curved, 16. And basically, you make the chisel dance in the wood. To me, there's a tremendous satisfaction in actually taking a tool and doing something. I live here in the country where you have to learn to do things, but when I was a little boy, if something needed fixing, you either didn't fix it or got somebody to fix it, but you didn't fix it yourself. There were absolutely no tools in the house. I was rather bookish, and to me, there's a lot of fun in using your hands to create something. The magic. The magic. I had toy soldiers. I liked my toy soldiers, and in a sense, when I carve, I'm creating these people. And I never did much with my hands when I was a kid, and I enjoy the excitement of actually using your hands to create something. I describe my work as Kaddish in wood, and the word Kaddish is the word for the Jewish prayer for the dead. And so, instead of praying for these children, I'm making these three-dimensional memorials to them. Unfortunately, her photograph has got a lot of cracks in it, and the detail is poor, and it's much easier when you have a good photograph. But unfortunately, many of these photographs were relics of the war and barely survived.